Hello my motor enthusiasts. At the recent Italian Grand Prix in Monza, Fernando Alonso just missed out on the points, finishing 11th, a mere 0.2 of a second behind Kevin Magnussen. Alonso had a promising start and was in the top 10 for a while, but strategic one-stop races by Alex Albon and Magnussen saw him drop positions. Despite a penalty for Magnussen, only Albon managed to overtake him, leaving Alonso frustrated as he battled cars considered to be in lower ranks, a stark contrast to his podium fights last season. On the other side, Alonso's teammate Lance Stroll struggled, finishing at the back after an extra pit stop aimed at denying the fastest lap bonus to the leaders. Amidst this, there's buzz around Aston Martin possibly bringing on board legendary designer Adrian Newey, with both Aston and Alpine in the fray to secure his expertise. Quite a stir at Monza, wouldn't you say? Hello and welcome back to F1 Motor Fever podcast, your daily dose of racing thrills. I'm Enzo, coming to you straight from the heart of London. Joining me today, as always, is the ever-insightful William Turner from Birmingham. How's it going, William Turner?
All well here, Enzo, ready to dive into the high-speed world of Formula One with you and our listeners.
Brilliant! And folks, if you love keeping up with the pulse of Formula One, make sure to subscribe to our channel, turn on those notifications, and do leave us a comment. Sharing our podcasts with your friends and family really helps us keep delivering this content to you every day.
Absolutely, your support drives us to keep delivering top-notch insights and the latest updates right to your ears.
Speaking of updates, you won't believe the shake-up at the Italian Grand Prix we're about to discuss. It's quite the stir in the F1 community. Stay tuned, because this is something you'll want to hear.
Definitely, Enzo, it's a story that shows just how unpredictable and exciting Formula One can be.
Exactly, William. So, let's get the engines revving and go full throttle. So, diving deeper into the drama at Monza, Fernando Alonso was quite vocal about his frustrations. He admitted that Aston Martin must be doing something significantly wrong. Despite a strong start and a strategic two-stop race, he ended up just shy of the points, finishing 11th, a mere 0.1 of a second behind Kevin Magnussen, who himself was carrying a 10-second penalty.
Yes, it's quite telling when a driver is openly critical about the team's strategy. Alonso managed to undercut Alex Albon early on and was running comfortably in 9th place. But that second pit stop just didn't pay off as expected, did it?
Absolutely not. And it's the margin that's the real kicker, missing out on potentially 2 positions by just 1 second. Alonso was clearly gutted, considering he was fighting for podiums last season. Now, he's left grappling with cars that are historically ranked lower. It's a tough pill to swallow.
Indeed. And it wasn't just Alonso facing challenges. His teammate, Lance Stroll, didn't fare much better, finishing at the back after an additional pit stop. They seemed to be throwing a Hail Mary trying to deny the fastest lap bonus to the top 10, but even that didn't pan out as hoped.
Right, and Stroll summed it up by saying the pace was as expected but simply not competitive. It underscores a weekend to forget for Aston Martin. They're looking forward to Baku now, hopefully to rectify these issues and get back on form.
With a 40-point lead over RB in the Constructors' Championship for 5th place, they've got some breathing room, but there's clearly a lot to be done.
Absolutely, and it's going to be interesting to see how they tackle these challenges moving forward. Full throttle to Baku then. Looking ahead, there's a glimmer of hope for Aston Martin with the upcoming race in Baku. Alonso had a decent run there last season, finishing in the points. That could be the turnaround they need, especially after such a tough outing in Monza.
Yes, and there's another potential silver lining. There's quite the buzz around Adrian Newey possibly joining Aston Martin. Imagine the impact of having such a legendary Formula One designer on board. Aston and Alpine are apparently the front-runners in this high-stakes race for his signature.
That would indeed be a game-changer. Newey's reputation for crafting incredibly efficient and competitive racing cars is unmatched. If Aston Martin manages to bring him into the fold, we could be looking at a significant shift in their performance and strategic approach.
It's a fascinating prospect. His expertise could very well recalibrate the team's dynamics and perhaps even elevate them back to where Alonso feels they belong.
Absolutely, and as the season progresses, it'll be intriguing to see how these potential changes might revitalize the team. Newey's decision could be a pivotal moment for Aston Martin. Let's keep an eye on how this develops. William Turner, what's the word on the street, internet-wise?
Right, listen to this. A user, M. Vanagan, has posted, quote, Newey's move to Aston Martin set to be made official, unquote. This has stirred quite a bit of chatter online.
Oh, that's bound to get tongues wagging. What are folks saying then?
Well, user X99KJG remarked, quote, Fernando won't retire until he gets a winning car now, unquote. It sparked a lively thread.
That sounds about right. Alonso's determination is legendary, after all.
Indeed. Then Pereira 2088 chimed in with a rather cheeky comment about Aston Martin potentially firing Alonso to make Lance look better, which Dr. Strangelove 42 called, quote, the best way to lose all that engineering talent, unquote.
Haha, a bit of tongue-in-cheek there, I gather.
Absolutely, and it gets better. Hicks12 added, quote, nah, Alonso is the son Lawrence always wanted, so he supports Alonso quite well. Would be peak Alonso luck though if it did happen, unquote. And Kai Sedilla underscored the point by saying, quote, pretty sure Lance is the son Lawrence always wanted, because he seems to genuinely love him, as he should, unquote.
Family dynamics in the paddock, always a juicy topic. What's the overall mood like then?
There's a mix of skepticism and humor, really. G. Crimson joked about being available to drive for the team, quote, probably won't be able to start the car in the first 20 races, making it very cost efficient, unquote. And user I Love Turtle 666 threw in a curveball saying, quote, funny I just read it's not happening, unquote.
The internet, never short of a conspiracy theory or two. Anything on the lighter side?
Oh yes, there's a hilarious bet going on. Buckend56 declared, quote, I swear if Lance wins a World Drivers' Championship, I'll eat a Wendy's spicy Asiago ranch with no ranch, unquote. And Eugene Fraxby upped the ante, quote, if Lance wins a World Drivers' Championship I'll get his face tattooed on my ass, unquote.
Blimey, the language here's a bit ripe. If I read that out, we might lose our sponsors. But it's all in good fun, I suppose.
It certainly is. The Formula One community never fails to entertain, whether it's on the track or online.
Indeed, it's all part of the grand tapestry of the sport. Let's keep an eye on how this Newey saga unfolds, shall we? Thanks for tuning into F1 Motor Fever podcast today. We've covered everything from Alonso's prospects in Baku to the potential game-changing move involving Adrian Newey. It's been an absolute pleasure discussing all this with you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share our channel far and wide. Whether it's on your social media or a casual chat next to the racetrack, let the world know where to tune in for their Formula One insights. And if you've thoughts to share, drop us a comment, we love hearing from you.
Absolutely, make sure you don't miss our next gathering right here. We've got some cracking content lined up that you wouldn't want to miss. And remember, we're here every day, bringing you the latest and greatest from the world of Formula One. Look out for our next episode, it's going to be a belter.
We can't wait to share more with you soon. Thank you once again for joining us and for all your support.
It's been a blast, hasn't it? Thanks everyone, and keep those engines revving in anticipation. There's always something exciting around the next corner.
That's right. Pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road, our channel's content is pure gold.